G'day and welcome to Choo. In this episode we are going to show you how to rake for the delicious blue swimmer crab. We will cover the season, location, tide times and weather, equipment, bag and size limit including restrictions, and of course, the technique. Oh yeah. In the colder months, the crabs head out to deeper waters, making raking impossible. In the warmer months, they head into shore to breed, so spring to autumn is the best time to rake. This video was filmed late September. In South Australia, Yorke Peninsula on the east side is legendary for its blue swimmers. One of my favourite areas is just north of Ardrossan and just north of Stansbury, but any crab nuts who frequent Yorks will have their own special spot, I'm sure. Crabbers will often argue over tide times, but all agree low tide is key. Some prefer to fish the outgoing, but my grandpa, who is a mad crabhead, swears by the incoming, so that's what I do. I rake when the tide is on the turn coming in, and we usually do pretty well. The less wind, the better, as choppy weather ripples the water, making it harder to see. The crabs are still there, but you might miss a few if you can't see the sandy bottom, which is key to locating them. Equipment is easy. Grab a rake from any fishing or bait store. Or you can even make your own, but they're not very dear. And a floating bucket, which you can make yourself. I'm using my grandpa's equipment. He was a crab fiend, as I said, and I have many fond memories crabbing with him as a kid, or sitting on the beach watching him crab when I got spooked by one of them running at me in the water.
It's really cute.
It's a decent size.
Is that okay?
You just flung one up, look. There we go. They're all a bit small.
Also, be sure to get a crab measurer little thingy. I'll talk about that more in a bit. Be sure to wear something on your feet, as there are heaps of pointy ouchies in the water, like razorfish, sharp rocks, and spooky slimy things. And don't forget, crabs pinch sometimes. Be sun smart, and you're good to go.
We've got a tip off. Let's fucking see.
In South Australia at the time of recording, the daily limit on blue crabs combined with sand crabs is 20 per person. Things change sometimes often, sometimes not so often, so always check with the local area first so you don't get in trouble, and of course for sustainability. Minimum size of blue swimmers is 11 centimeters measured across the carapace from the base of the largest spine. So using your crab thing, you can check to make sure they are legal size, otherwise chuck them back. Don't be greedy now. You are actually allowed to keep the females, though it is often frowned upon, and provided they don't have visual external eggs. If they do, throw them back. This keeps the crab population strong, which ensures future crabbing and future crab cakes. So even though you can keep the females legally, it's often frowned upon, and they have smaller claws. As any crabhead knows, the big male claws are the tastiest part of the crab, at least that's what I reckon. So the technique is pretty straightforward. I just tether my box to my belt so it doesn't float away, and then begin raking. You are looking for grey areas in the sand. See, under the yellow sand is a grey, clay-like sand. When the crabs bury themselves, they often kick up the grey sand, which then sits on top. So look for a grey area and then gently rake the surface. If there is a crab there, you will feel and hear it. Once you hear that tink, tink, tink sound, scoop the crab and toss it into the bucket. There's a little bit of technique to it, but you'll figure it out pretty quickly. It's not rocket science. They often hang on tight. You can just pull them off, but like I said, watch your fingers. And it's as simple as that.
One. There's a great spot there, sweetie. Right there.
Here?
Yeah, just a scrape. As soon as you hear that tink, 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 give it a flip. Let's keep going. Do this whole area right there. Here's one. There, see?
Really
That's
cute.
it. Look at it go. That's so cute.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. Whoa, hold on a second. Hey, whoa, whoa. Okay, there's another great spot right in front there. That'll be a good one. Right there. And as soon as you hear that tink, flip your rake. Yep. Definitely going. Flip it. There we go. Good.
Little tiny boy.
Yeah, they're small, but you're getting the technique down, so at least it's good practice.
He's cute.
You never know what you're going to unearth when you are raking for crabs. All kinds of things live underneath the sand or just hang out there for some reason. So I would have liked to have ended the video with a big haul of crabs and a massive cook-off, but I was only out there for about an hour and I spent more time filming than I did actually raking. But we know they're there, so in a few weeks' time we're going to head back out and we're going to do a big crab cooking special. So if you'd like to see that, leave a comment and let's get a friendly discussion going, alright? I love you guys, thanks for watching, see you later.
Okay, where's your mum? Go on. Go on. It's only gone for like half an hour. Baby! I hope you're fucking hungry. None, I hope the pub's open. Nah, I got a few, but they're a couple legals, but I'd have to be out there for another hour or so.